So the next meal that I'm prepping for my friend today is a sheet pan dinner that is literally like 5 ingredients. And you can see here on the sheet pan, I've got some things cut up. One of those is a kielbasa. You can use any type of sausage you want. This happens to be an uncured Polish kielbasa. I added the butternut squash, and then there's actually a cut up apple. I happen to love Honeycrisp apples, so I use that, but you can use any kind of apple that you have on hand. I'm going to go ahead and I have half an onion here on the cutting board. I'm just going to cut this up and add it to the sheet pan. And I'm not doing anything fancy with this onion. I'm literally just going to cut it into actually like big chunks or cubes. And I'm just going to sprinkle it over here. And then I have some fresh herbs that are left over from another recipe. And so what this is chopped up fresh rosemary and chopped up fresh thyme. If you don't have fresh herbs on hand, that's okay. Use what you have in your cupboard, and don't feel like you have to be locked into rosemary and thyme. If you don't have those two things on hand, this recipe is super forgiving. You could use any spice blend that you have. You can use basil, you can use Italian seasoning, you can use salt, pepper, and a little bit of oil. It doesn't have to be fancy, so just use what you have on hand. I'm going to add this to the mix here. I'm just sprinkling it on. And then I am going to sprinkle with a little bit of salt and pepper as well. You can always add more when you are sitting down to eat, but I'm going to go pretty light-handed. Usually that works well for me. It works in my favor. And I am going to drizzle this with a little bit of oil. Again, I'm using avocado oil, but use what you have. You can use olive oil, you can use canola oil, whatever you have. It's totally fine. There's no judgment here. There's no right or wrong. And what I like about this recipe too is it's super versatile. So you could use chicken, you could use cut up steak if you have, beef cubes on hand. I mean, use whatever vegetables you have and just kind of make up your own little creations. So I'm just going to give this another quick stir. We're just going to pop this in the oven. It's going to take about 15-20 minutes. It's going to smell amazing. The squash and the sausage, everything's going to kind of caramelize while it's in the oven. And then it'll be ready to enjoy. I'm going to bake this at about 400 for about 15 to 20 minutes. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. Okay, so this is the finished version of the sausage and apple and butternut squash. It smells amazing, and you can see that the sausage has really caramelized and it's gotten this beautiful little crunch on the outside, but it's going to be super soft and yummy on the inside. The squash is browned slightly. So are the apples, and the onion is starting to get translucent, which is exactly what we want. So I'm excited to, I wish you could smell this. It smells so good.